Very good. And now that you have absorbed 100% of that changement, you can see it on the screen. Yourself with that changement, 100% of it, and how it feels in 1 year from now. Just look at the screen and take notice what changed and how you are and how you feel with that new life. I'll give you a moment now just to look at that screen and see yourself with that new you, new changement integrated in your life 1 year from now. And tell me when you're done. Very good. And still Carolina with that 100% of changement, and as she sees herself on that screen, I want you to look at her on everyday life with that new changement, and what does that make her in situation with others, what change, and see herself with that new changement on everyday life. I'll give you a moment now and tell me when you're done. Very good. You're doing very well. That's very good. And now that you have worked so well and absorbed all of that goodness, you can now just get out of that machine, of that change machine. Close the time machine and just feeling thankful and grateful for that changement. And as you are in this lab, I wonder, how look the floor? Just look in your mind. And if there is any wood, is it like kind of old lab or clean lab, new lab? Look at all the details. And as you're walking and see that lab where you are, to a moment as you walk, you can notice there is a computer that is a bit special there. Because you can notice on that computer it is written Carolina. Look at the letters or the color of how it is written Carolina. Look at that great computer. Maybe it does have colors. Maybe it's decorated, or maybe it's sober. What you now understand is that computer where it's written Carolina, you understand it's your internal computer. It is yours. So you decide to just sit down, faces the computer in a very nice comfortable chair. And I want you to look at what color, what softness, what does it feel to sit in that comfortable chair in front of your internal computer? And as you do so, you can notice how relaxing is that chair. How cool is that office with your computer, your internal computer. And I want you to look at the screen. How is the screen? What size? What are the colors on that screen? And how is the keyboard? Have a look at the keyboard. And the mouse. And as you are taking seat and you are nicely and comfortably sitting in front of your internal computer, what we're going to do now is we're going to get rid of old program that doesn't serve you anymore. Because we can access that today, because it is your internal computer. So every wrong belief system about yourself, every limited beliefs about yourself or in general, all of that we're going to clear that space and put it in the bin. Because you see that doesn't serve you anymore. Those negative things are not helpful today. So it is the time to just get rid of it. So I want you to visualize your hand holding that mouse and go into and see in that computer, and you can see different icons, different files where there is diverse repertoire, diverse important. Like any computer, you have files, saving button, and you have the bin button. I want you to look as those touched. Can you see them? Very good. Now I want you to look for with your mouth on that screen the button memory. And as you just see it, I want you to click on it. And there is under that memory button, there is another button that is named Bad Remember. And I want you to click on it. Have you clicked on that button, Bad Remember? Very good. And as you are clicked on that, maybe on the screen you can see those bad remember, but it's just on the screen. You don't need to go through them. You just can copy, paste, and put it in the bin, in the icon bin. Just do it now and tell me when you're finished. Very good. You're doing very well. And now that you put all those bad memory into the bin, I want you to remember that is what is good for you. And what is good for you is still there. You only put the bad memories in the bin. Now I want you to close that icon memory. Just get out of it. Click on it. Get out. And now that you have closed that icon memory, I want you to select on your computer with your mouse. I want you to select the button Forget Memory. Those memories that you put to forget. Those ones that are so painful, you just put it there to forget them. And those memories that are the hardest, we are not going to open it. I just want you to take it, slide the whole file, all those bad and useless memories, and put it in the bin. And I want you to see that, and to slide it with your mouth. Put it in the bin. Delete it. And tell me when you're done. Very good. And as you get rid of all those things that doesn't serve you anymore, maybe you can already start to feel a little bit lighter, because you see on your screen, it's getting a little bit clearer as well. And so as you notice that, we're just going to keep going. And we're going to go, and I want you to look for the button that is under the name Believe and Useless Value. Look for that button. Do you have that button? Believe and Useless Value? Very good. Would you like to open this one and see what's inside or not? Okay, then open the file and see on the screen now. You can look at all the wrong beliefs you had from other people that didn't serve you. And as you look at the screen, you can see scenes of your life that you have been with those belief systems that makes you so sad. Look on the screen. And this file with useless value, meaning useless belief system, you can still keep going on seeing on your screen yourself hurt by those useless beliefs. And as you see that on the screen, you really understand how useless belief can really hurt the life of a person, right? So we're going to get rid of this now, forever. I want you to take that whole system, that whole icon, and when you're ready, you put it in the bin and tell me when you got rid of it. Take your time. Very good, Carolina. And as you do that, I want you to look at this little icon with the bin and notice how much the bin is getting fuller now. And as you notice that that bin is getting fuller and fuller, we're going to keep going because we're going to be making a big clean today. Now I want you to look at this icon under the name fear. And as you found that button fear, I want you to find in that repertoire the icon negative energies. And I want you to just open it very quickly and see all those negative energy you got from that scare, those fears, all those fears that create all that negative energy. And as you see it on the screen, you don't have to look so close. You don't want to get rid of it, right? Very good. So just slide the whole file of negative energies that has been happened to you in your life and get rid of it today. Slide the file, put it in the bin, and tell me when you're done. Very good. And now that all those negative energies are still getting in that bin, away from you, away from your inside computer, as we clean, I want you to rename that fear into something else. So just on fear, click that right button and we're going to rename it in warning. And I want you to do the operation and rename that button in warning instead of fear. And tell me when you're done. Thank you. So as you know now, that file is just going to be there for the warning, for the best for Carolina. And as we're going to keep going, I want you to look for the icon and the button problems or troubles. And I want you to look and click on that button. And as you click, there is an under repertoire that comes with negative attitude. Select that button. And this negative attitude under problems, just take the whole thing and slide it into the bin and get rid of it deleted. And tell me when you deleted all. Thank you. Now, this problem button, we're going to rename it. I want you to click right because we're going to rename problem button with challenge. So just rename it into challenge and tell me when you're done. Very good. Very good, Carolina. You're working very well. And now I want you in a moment. We're going to get rid of that big bin and delete it all. But before that, I want you to just take a big breath in. And as you take a big breath in, you're going to press that button on the bin, delete. And as you want to click on that button, delete on the bin, you have something coming on to your screen saying, do you really want to empty all of this bin? And then you click empty and click on it. And tell me when you're done. Very good. And now, in a moment, you just take notice how the screen just got a little bit more clear and a little bit more empty, that it gets your internal computer. I just get rid of so much things. It feels so much better, so much lighter, really. I want you to feel that feeling. Very good. And now you just have that good feeling. There is a last button that is called reorganization of the whole system. I want you to look at that button, and we're going to, in a minute, click on it. But before that, I want you to explain what that button means. That button, reorganization of the system, is going to reorganize itself. So every good thing, every strongness, every good resources is going to be easily accessible now. This is what this button is all about. Reorganization of the whole system. And when you're ready, I want you to click on that button and tell me when you've done it. Very good. And now that whole system is reorganized, all that bad things that are just away and totally deleted forever, and that all those resources of strength and all those qualities that Carolina knows she has, that are just there, available at any time, at any moment she needs it. She just needs to go and tap into it. Is she agreeing on all that? Very good. And now that Carolina have just worked so well. I'm just going to tell a little story. But before that little story, I want that Carolina is remembering that when she will wake up later after, her inconscious will still work on those things for her best version of herself that is now available for her. And that at night, during her dreams, her higher self will just get into more contact now because now all those negative things are pushed away. Her higher self guides, and any team that she needs to have support will be more accessible from now on. So before we're going to end, I want you to talk about that little story about that princess, that it was once upon a time a beautiful princess that was living at the house number 43. And that house was so beautiful. It was really like a princess house. It was smelling so good, having such a nice taste and smell of flowers, freshness. And in that house, that princess was living very happy. And she was living happy because she was feeling that strong inside herself. And she felt happy and strong because she knew that she was endless, powerful, no matter what life would bring for her. She never forget who she really are because she knew she is this powerful being of light that is just here on earth to learn lessons, and no matter how difficult they could be sometimes, she would cross over those like like a boat that would face any storm, any weather like, because she is that indestructible boat that know where she goes. Because that boat is going for the most beautiful place for her in an island that is paradisiac and where she can have and feel and meet others like her that know and remember who they are. Endless being of light that decided to reincarnate it to bring love and happiness and spread that all around the world. As this princess knew that, she lived such in a strong power that is called the power of the I am. And as this princess was totally remembering who she was, she didn't really care anymore if she would be feeling sometimes that old self-loneliness or not, because she knew she was surrounded and loved by not only her family, but as well on friends around her and guides and everyone that she couldn't perceive, but she knew that inner knowing that gave that inner power. And that princess, like many other princes, with that strength, resonate and radiate that energy that attracts others. because she was so happy. It sends vibes of beautiful and good feeling that resonate far beyond what she was expressing. And it brings to her what she wanted because that princess knew how to resonate high and love and good, because when you vibrate this, it brings back to you in resonance. And now we're going to go down to that door where you come from in that meadow. I want you to see that door and just open it and going back to that meadow now. And as you are in that meadow and you can see those nice, peaceful, quiet area, that wind, that sun, that fresh air in that meadow, and bringing back in 5, I'm going to bring you back down to Carolina, when your body, where you are sitting, now back in that room, and 1, getting knowledge of everything that happened is going to work by itself and you have no effort to do it. Just let it go. Let it do the universe, do the work. And 2, getting back more presence now. 3, totally present, move your finger, your toes, everything getting back into your own body, reintegrated and sliding down to that room again. 4 and 5, open your eyes.
Wow.
Take a moment